Hi guys, my name is Barrodante. So yes, we're going to restart this again. This is gonna be Black Widow version 3.0. This was the first version that never developed any further from 3D. Then we did a couple of concepts, and finally this was the second version that grew into this, and we're dropping it as well. I know we could kind of drastically edit it and fix certain problems to make it work better, pretty much make like an overpaint of it. But I decided just to give it a try with the whole abstraction approach, and maybe that will help to come up with the ideas that just wouldn't work any other way. So there's that. Thank you guys for a giant storm of comments on the previous video, by the way. So many of you were giving so much advice on different angles, on the fact that we should probably make the room a much darker and not make the lighting so white. Right now I'm looking at it, it's really so weird. Like, this scene is supposed to be kind of Victorian Gothic, but it looks like they're in the office space or something, just such pale white color. That was an experiment that I wanted to go with and it didn't work out. Like, that thing alone, the fact that everything is lit up with such a cold light. Like, if this would be an SCP, it would be a pretty good painting. Maybe, you know? This one, well, not this one, this is really weird, but this one is a bit more alive, and this could be an SCP of sorts. But not the Black Widow. Black Widow needs to have much more of a dense Victorian feel to it, like Gothic kind of style, with a certain twisted element to it. So anyway, we're restarting, and another good comment someone did on Twitter, actually, I don't remember who it was. It was about looking up the artwork of Piotr Yaptonsky that I was talking about in the very first episode of Black Widow, I think. I specifically was mentioning this artwork of some kind of ghost with pale skin, black dress in Victorian times. The only difference is no kids around and it's outside. So I have it right here in this album that I'm gonna store references in. So I'm gonna collect a few and we'll start over. I'm having some, not exactly ideas, but at least like good intention, or I'm ready to search. I'm ready to start over on this project, feeling like I'm starting the new painting, which is a good feeling for restarting something. But other than that, I have no idea what it's gonna be. So yeah, it's all about searching now. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to define like the camera angle. I'm actually going right now for that idea that I used to have throughout the whole time. It was always the idea, how about we use this kind of angle when we're like really close to her head. We can see the floor, like her head is here, she's standing downwards like that, and that's the vanishing point over there, and there's also another vanishing point over here. So this is another case of a strong perspective, the way we had it here. This is also a pretty strong perspective, very wrong one to be honest, I think. But this one may turn out better, simply because I think the main reason why I didn't like the previous version is because we just had so little of Black Widow again, which is something I had a problem with before. This should be like almost the character concept, but with the story as well. We're continuing the idea of the Moth Lady, where we saw the character first of all, but Black Widow, I just can't see her in these attempts that we made, so I'm trying to find her. Oh my god, I just spent like half an hour on improving my giant brush. The brush that I start working with, so I would be able to make giant strokes like this. Am I stalling? That might be it. Anyway, let's continue and make something out of this car accident. Nope. Let's do it again. Alright, maybe this is going somewhere, but I'm still like searching even the framing of it. Really trying to like be as distant as possible from the whole thing, to remain sober, to think objectively of everything. And yeah, I know it doesn't look good at all so far. Well, you saw the thumbnail, you know where this is going. I don't. So what's going on over here is kind of interesting. The widow will be throwing the meat. Everything's the same, but one of the kids, this one is grabbing the arm, and this one is licking the blood off the fingers. Okay, something interesting is going on over there. Decided to widen the picture even more. Wow, that is unusual. I have no idea how this will end. Like, not today at all. Just another version or something special. Yeah, I need to make much more sense out of this, because right now it's just a sea of kids. I don't know. There's a lot of them, but what the hell does that mean? I was just extending it with the canvas. So there will be a couple of them in this area, like close to her. The rest of the kids will be further away. Maybe we'll show some of the orphanage details over here. Like these beds, they can be located over there, right? That's exactly the place. Okay, how about that? I don't know. Hard to tell yet, right? Or maybe you know exactly what to say, because I'm not sure. Like, we just need more time, elaborate on everything, because I kind of like the composition. Maybe the widow is a bit too close to the edge. So how about like moving things around a little bit like that? Yeah, a bit better, right? Alright, the first version was like this, so we definitely did some progress today. At least from what we started with today. So yeah, this is it. This was interesting, kind of harder than I expected, but simply because, like, the story is so complex. We need a lot of authentic elements of the interior, we need specific characters, and a huge amount of them. We need to show a lot of things, like we want to see a lot of Widow, we want to see the action at the same time. And the action is very complex. Widow throwing meat, and then all kinds of kids will be in different poses, showcasing all kinds of bits of what they are about. And all of that needs to fit in while we still want to see a lot of the Widow. I feel like I'm solving a very cool, complex puzzle, and I love the fact that we may be going somewhere with all this. By the way, I kind of had an idea. I think the kids won't have like black heads and black arms and everything. They will be all the way white. Simply because what the hell does it mean that they perfectly have hands and feet and heads black? Like some kind of tribal colors? What is that? So specific. And secondly, we have so much shadow in the picture, and so many elements, so many characters, with all their limbs and everything. It will be completely just a mess. It will be so hard to really visualize something clearly. So we're going with full white kids, but they will be naturally dirty, mostly in the blood. That will look really cool. And the black part of the image, there will be more than enough of it, simply because there's so much darkness in an old Victorian building when it's only the moonlight out there and some candles. So yeah, that's the plan. I still need to think like on the colors or whatever. Like overall, I'm looking at it, it's quite a dirty, pale picture, to be honest. But that's just a small thing, really. I think I found a really cool angle that will work out awesomely if we do it right. So that's really cool. But as always, you guys tell me what you think, and I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. Search, man. Search. Search. Do whatever you want, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Well, I can see how this may turn out really cool. The angle, it's impressive. That's the golden part in here. That was so hard to find. And for that, we needed to give up the whole first-person view thing.